Hey, can I ask you a personal question? How are you doing? I mean, really doing. Are you struggling with business or life in general right now? Let's talk about adversity and how much it sucks and what we can do about it here on Service Business Success. Hey everyone, welcome to Service Business Success, the channel that helps you to build a better business. My name is martinjongejan, I'm your host, and today we're going to be talking about the benefits of adversity. Now, I understand that sounds like a bit of an oxymoron, the benefits of adversity. I mean, how many people actually believe that adversity is a good thing? None that I know of. The thing is, how well you handle adversity, and adversity will happen, will determine how far you go in business and how much of an impact you'll have on those people who are actually in your circle of influence. You know, business by nature is adversity. It means stepping off the ledge of reasonable certainty and a regular paycheck and being confronted by a whole bunch of unknowns. A lack of money, fickle customers, government regulations, taxes, flaky employees, theft, liabilities, debt, stress, economic downturns, the pandemic, for crying out loud. Now, I'm not for a moment suggesting that we should find adversity enjoyable or take some sort of perverse pleasure in our own suffering. But, you know, there can be a peacefulness inside of it when we recognize it as a process that will ultimately pass, and if we yield to its hand, it will likely leave us changed, quite possibly for the better. You know, the very fact that I'm sitting here sharing with you that I have an award-winning cleaning business, that I'm married to possibly the best partner a man could wish for, all of this comes back down to one incident in my life, one period of adversity that changed the trajectory of my life forever for the better. It's all because of a guy in a truck who ran me over on my motorcycle 11 years ago. None of this would be happening if not for that accident. You know, my business was quite literally born out of adversity. I lost everything after that accident, including my home, my previous business, and even my marriage. I was flat broke, deeply in debt, and living in a rooming house with absolutely zero prospects for the future. Somehow, thankfully, I convinced a friend of mine to lend me $800 to buy a vacuum cleaner and supplies, so at least I could start cleaning homes to earn enough money to pay the rent. The Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius, who lived 2,000 years ago, was a student of Stoic philosophy, and he put it this way: the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Which really means that the thing that you're struggling with right now, that pending disaster that you're losing sleep over, that's eating you alive from the inside, can, if you're open to it, be a catalyst that moves you onto a different path and causes you to do things differently and better. This is how we benefit from adversity. As human beings, we're wired to find an equilibrium and settle there. We get comfortable really quickly with the status quo. The natural world is actually designed that way. It's kind of rigged against us in a sense. You know, our Earth orbits the sun in a perfect balance between gravity and inertia. Water will follow the path of least resistance to the lowest point. I will follow the path of least resistance to the sofa. Over time, even our bodies will find the most efficient way to move a load, which is why, if you go to the gym, you have to vary your workouts to stress your muscles and promote continued growth. Otherwise, your body adapts and your growth stops. Life is the exact same way. You know, we naturally gravitate towards the status quo, towards equilibrium and habit and routine. Adversity, on the other hand, knocks us right off that track. It stresses us and shapes us. It works on areas of our lives and our businesses that perhaps we didn't even realize needed to be addressed, and forces us to take stock, to assess and reevaluate. You know, every single challenge I faced as my business grew forced me to learn and adapt and improve the way of doing that thing. Have you ever considered that our adversities qualify us to serve other people? It's true. I mean, how can you relate to somebody who's had it easy, who's never had to struggle to accomplish something? That person is totally unrelatable. In fact, that's one of the reasons why I started this channel, to share out of my own experiences and struggles. If I could get here after so many mistakes and screw-ups, perhaps I could save some of you from having to go through the same crap. You know, guys, I had no idea what I was doing as I started on this journey, about my industry, about government regulations, about sound business practices even, nothing. I literally just learned as I went and adjusted on the fly, implementing new systems and processes as I went. I had no money. We were totally undercapitalized with zero credit. Every 2 weeks I held my breath, hoping to have enough cash just to cover payroll. So I had to learn how to run lean and efficiently. A few years in, we had to totally rework how we structure our day in order to be in compliance with employment standards. I thought we'd be crushed by the added payroll expense and that we'd lose half of our team over it. But that turned out to be unequivocally one of the best decisions we've made to date in terms of organization and creating an amazing company culture. And we didn't lose one single team member. That crisis crystallized our identity and who we are as a company, and in fact has become what our team members love most about working here. And we're still working through adversity. A few months ago, I was handed an order by the city to find a new location for my business. That means taking on a lease in the middle of a pandemic, with business at about half of our pre-pandemic volume. I have no idea how we're going to make that happen. But one thing I do know for certain is that it will happen. It has to happen if my business is to continue. And we will somehow find a way to make it work. Am I losing sleep over it? Yeah, a little. But you know, I look back and I see how adversities like this have shaped who we are today and how much better we are as a result. I see the benefits of adversity and it gives me hope. And I can see myself a year from now in a new office looking back at today with enormous gratitude for this challenge that moved us on to bigger and better things. Look, you probably won't get run over on a motorcycle, but you are going to go through some form of adversity. In fact, like so many other business owners, you might be in the thick of it right now. You don't have a choice how or when adversity shows up. It just does. But you can choose how you respond to it. Why not choose to make it count for something good? You know, I don't want to sugarcoat it. I know firsthand that going through some of this crap is really, really difficult. But from the perspective of today, having gone through it before, I am profoundly grateful for it because I would not be here today talking to you without it, period. This isn't meant to be a boast, guys. I'm no superhero. I'm an introverted, uneducated high school dropout that just didn't quit. That's all. Even though I wanted to so many times, especially when the numbers just weren't there. I hated going through it as much as anyone does. What I really want to do is give hope to you, the person who's struggling with life right now. I want to encourage you to stay the course, to have faith, and just to press on, man. Realize that your story isn't written. This is just a chapter, and yeah, I get it, it's a dark one, and I've been there. But as long as there's breath in your body, there's hope for a better tomorrow, if you press on. This will pass. I can promise you that. What if your breakthrough is destined for tomorrow, but you give up today? You know, one day you too might look back at this adversity and recognize it for the blessing that it was. And even more, you might actually be grateful for what you had to endure today and for the path that it put your life on. You know, so often life circumstances are beyond our control. All we have is how we choose to respond to them. It's been said that the same hot water that hardens the egg softens the carrot. Same hot water, different results. Will you become bitter or will you become better? How you respond when you're in hot water will determine your results and ultimately your destiny. Okay, that's a wrap for this week, friends. I hope this helps give you some perspective and encourages you to persevere. Hang in there. You've got this. This will pass and you'll be better for it. And more importantly, you'll be able to impact more people because of it. That's my prayer for you. If there's any way I can help you, please feel free to reach out either in the comment section or by email, which you'll find in the description below. Hey, if you find this info helpful, please subscribe to my channel and click the bell to get notified when the next video is posted. I'll see you all next week. All the best and much success.